The Library of Quiet Dreams. Chapter 1: Arrival at Dusk. The train left Clara in a town that did not appear on any map. Evening had fallen swiftly, and the streets glowed with lantern light reflected in wet cobblestones. She had meant to travel further, but fatigue pressed down like a heavy quilt, urging her to stop. A boy at the station pointed wordlessly toward a narrow alley. "There," he said, as if that single word contained all the explanation she needed. At the end of the alley stood a door carved with symbols she didn't know. Above it, a sign, "The Library of Quiet Dreams." When Clara pushed the door open, warmth enveloped her instantly. The air smelled of paper, cedar, and fire. Rows of shelves stretched upward, so high they seemed to vanish into shadow. Candles flickered along tables where no one sat. Behind a wide oak desk, a woman with silver hair looked up from her book. "You're late," she said gently, as though she had been expecting Clara all along. Chapter 2: The Librarian. The woman's eyes were the color of faded ink, kind but steady. She wore a wool shawl, patched in places, as though time itself had tried to fray it and failed. Clara stammered, I don't even know how I came here." "No one does," the librarian said with a smile. "But everyone who finds this place was meant to. Sit. The fire is waiting." The hearth blazed at the far end of the hall. Chairs were drawn close, as if others had just left them. Clara sat, her damp coat steaming gently in the warmth. "What kind of library is this?" she asked. The librarian closed her book. "A library that keeps what people lose." Chapter 3: Books That Breathe. Clara rose and wandered the aisles. The books were strange, none had titles on their spines. She pulled one at random. The moment she opened it, the words whispered into her mind. She heard a voice, not hers, not anyone she knew, speaking softly of a childhood garden, of the smell of lilacs, of a kite lost in spring wind. Startled, Clara shut the book. The librarian joined her. Each book holds a dream that someone set aside. Forgotten ambitions, unspoken confessions, paths not taken. They come here, to rest, until someone opens them. Clara shivered. "Then, these aren't just stories?" The librarian shook her head. "They are fragments of lives. And tonight, some of them may belong to you." Chapter 4: The Forgotten Letters. Back at the fire, the librarian placed a thin, leather-bound book in Clara's lap. "This one has been waiting." Clara hesitated, then opened it. At once she was elsewhere, a desk by a window, rain on glass, ink bleeding across half-finished letters. She recognized the handwriting, her own. Letters she had never sent, confessions she had torn up, words she had thought lost. Her chest tightened. The book revealed each page she had once abandoned, every what if she had silenced. When she closed it, her hands trembled. The librarian's gaze was steady. "The library doesn't accuse. It remembers. The question is, what will you do with remembering?" Chapter 5: Night in the Stacks. Clara slept in a small chamber upstairs, walls lined with shelves that hummed faintly in the dark. Dreams came in waves. She saw a life unlived, a cottage by the sea, laughter at a table, years she might have chosen but hadn't. Yet the dreams weren't bitter. They were gentle, like tides returning shells to shore. When she woke, the librarian was already there, holding tea fragrant with herbs. "Most who come here leave before dawn," she said. "But some choose to stay." Clara sipped the tea. "And if I stay? Then you'll tend to the dreams. You'll help them find the right reader." Chapter 6: Departure. By morning, the rain had cleared. Pale light filtered through tall windows. The door to the world outside stood open. Clara stood there for a long time, coat folded over her arm. She felt the weight of the book still in her mind, the letters, the words she had once silenced. The librarian touched her shoulder. The fire will always be here. But so will the road. Choose. Clara stepped into the sunlight. The air smelled of wet earth and possibility. The library door closed softly behind her, though she knew she could find it again if she ever needed to. Epilogue. Somewhere, in a place that maps forget, a library waits. It holds shelves of dreams, fragments of forgotten lives, books without titles. A fire burns, steady as time. And when travelers enter, weary and lost, a silver-haired librarian greets them with a smile. "Sit," she says. "The fire is waiting."
And so, our journey through the Library of Quiet Dreams comes to an end. May its warmth stay with you tonight, bringing peace, comfort, and gentle rest. If you enjoyed the story, remember to subscribe and return for more bedtime tales by the fire. Until next time, sleep well and dream quietly.